Donald Trump, with chronic venous insufficiency, desperate to take the attention away from the Epstein files. I'm in the greatest shape ever. For the first time, the Donald Trump administration has released a medical record. Donald Trump dealing with venous insufficiency when veins in the leg struggle to allow blood to flow back up to the heart as a result of damaged valves in the veins. The fast food, the McDonald's, and the Diet Cokes are not helping Donald Trump at all. There's also reduced blood flow to the brain, which no doubt impacts cognitive functions. And now, with added stress from the Epstein fallout, the implosion from the pedophile White House, it's only a matter of time that Donald Trump is going to die, and we will be pleasantly reading his obituary. If anyone deserves a painful death, it is Donald Trump. For all the people that died due to his lies about COVID, including my own sister who attended a Trump rally and passed away a couple weeks afterwards in November of 2020, Donald Trump is going to have a very painful death. It is now going to be the 25th Amendment that is going to end Trump, or it is going to be the death due to a heart attack. A very, very painful death coming Donald Trump's way. Karma for all the lives he costs. For the Central Five, who he said was guilty in the newspaper ad, they're completely innocent. He's conned contractors, he conned lawyers, suppliers, he didn't pay them, he ruined their livelihoods, their businesses. Fred Trump was on his deathbed. Donald Trump saved his ass, had his dad rewrite the will, completely screwed over his siblings, his family members, to their share of the will. Cutting Meals on Wheels, cutting health care for the poor, giving tax breaks for the rich, destroying the environment. Donald Trump is as evil as it gets. Trump is Gamache of heart attack. Trump 29 is Gamache of heart attack. If he makes it to 2029, his presidency ends, his term ends in January of 2029. Dealing with a chronic venous insufficiency, that same Gamache as Donald Trump, he is indeed a master Freemason. He established connections, political connections, shielded himself away from prosecution. He is an insider who has given himself political favors through all these donations to both sides. He is currently the 47th president. The election was stolen. Kamala Harris was the rightful winner of the election. The billionaires and Elon Musk and big tech rigged the election so the billionaires can purposely crash the economy. We could see the 48th president be his vice president. The 49th president could come after the end of Donald Trump's term. It could be the end of Trump due to cardiac arrest. A real estate mogul becomes president and dies due to cardiac arrest. Notice how cardiac arrest is Gamache real estate mogul. A rigged election won by Donald Trump, won with quotation marks, because in reality, he lost the popular vote and he lost the general election. Votes were changed from the machines from Kamala to Donald. They threw away votes for Kamala Harris. Donald Trump said Elon knows these vote counting computers better than anyone else out there. A stolen election won by Donald Trump. Stolen election is the gematria of the 61st election, the Epstein fallout. It's Epstein that's gematria of Trump. We are demanding the release of the Epstein files. Epstein files is gematria of Donald John Trump. They'll never ever be released. I hope they will, but the fact is, they'll never be released. There are people on both sides. The Republicans voted not to release it. The Democrats wanted to release it. I bet you more active politicians on that list are on the Republican side. Is it time for big tech to usher in JD Vance after a heart attack of Donald Trump? Could heart failure be the end of Trump's presidency? Heart failure, 61. There's 61 days from Trump's birthday to JD Vance's birthday. JD Vance is the vice president. He was who Peter Thiel picked to be the running mate because big tech is, in fact, running the show. The billionaire class is running the show. Notice how JD Vance is gematria of Donald. JD Vance is 23, Donald 23. He's born in 1984, United States of America is 84. So it's a matter of the 25th Amendment brings down Trump, or it's going to be a heart attack. Is he going to get assassinated? His first assassination was actually a hoax. The firefighter died, but he was collateral damage. Most people would run away from an assassination. Every Secret Service agent would be holding him down. They'd be shielding his body. They wouldn't be holding him up. Holding up a fist for a photo op. I mean, the whole thing was absolutely staged. His ear miraculously healed. So, is he going to get assassinated? He's trying to stay in office. The Epstein fallout is bad, but he admits it's all rigged. The election...
Pennsylvania, where he spent like a month and a half campaigning for me in Pennsylvania, and he's a popular guy, and he was very effective, and he knows those computers better than anybody, all those computers, those vote counting computers, and we ended up winning Pennsylvania like in a landslide, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So thank you to Elon.
He cheated because he never ran to serve the American people. He only ran to stay away from jail. He was not going to leave prison up to chance. He was going to cheat to avoid prison, like he cheats on his wives, he cheats on his taxes, he cheats on the golf course. He cheats contractors. The election was rigged. Kamala was the actual winner. And again, he admits it's rigged.
As I said, can you imagine I'm not going to be president? And that's too bad. And then what happened is they rigged the election. And
what happened is they rigged the election. You heard it from Donald Trump. Continue.
I became president, so that was a good thing. That was a good thing. That was quite an achievement for both of us. So I'll be president during the World Cup and during the Olympics, which we were. It was.
Without me, you would have not have won the House. Without my ability to hack machines, you would have lost, and the Republicans would not have control. Without me, Trump would have lost, Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. And he's absolutely right, because he knows he rigged the election. On Joe Rogan, they said they had the results a few hours before, and notice how the election wasn't decided, all the votes were counted days later, and suddenly the results were announced this quick. It's like, that's how we know this election was rigged. They didn't want to count all the votes. Really, this election was rigged so billionaires can crash the economy, because they can buy low, buy everything when it's really cheap. Tax breaks for billionaires. Election is rigged for the oligarchical elite. That's who it is rigged for. Hey, well, let's take a look. James Donald is 64. JD Vance. Musk is Gamache 64. Zionist AIPAC runs a show at the end of the day. Israel's Gamache 64. Zion 64. Basically, Israel runs the United States. And big tech has more control over your private data than ever before. He hacked and got our financial and of our medical information, and Elon Musk has everything he wants right now. Him and his team of hackers got all the information they have to continue to spy over Americans, and they are going to go after those with low incomes, and they're going to try to gut the social safety net. This is what we're looking at. Impeachment, conviction, or a stress, and a little bit more Big Macs on a day-to-day basis, and a very chronic condition which hampers blood flow to all parts of the body, including the brain. We could be looking at the death of Trump very soon. Did they predict Trump's death? The internet thinks they're predicting the death in August of 2025. People keep saying it's going to happen in August. I don't know why the internet keeps saying that the Trump death is going to happen in August. Let's see on YouTube. So Fred Trump died at 93 years of age. He doesn't have the bad McDonald's diet that Donald Trump has. He lived until his 90s. He had dementia. Donald Trump is fatter. He eats more McDonald's. He has some of the best health care out there. But it brings the question when he's gonna die. So let's take a look. June 12th, April.
Donald Trump will die on August 12th, 2025, and The Simpsons had already predicted it. Yes, you read that right. In a controversial episode of The Simpsons, one that many tried to hide, there is a shocking scene. The date, August 12th, 2025, is clearly shown alongside a terrifying headline, Donald Trump found dead, and it doesn't stop there. In the episode, Trump is shown in a luxurious room, surrounded by secret documents, nervously talking.
Secret documents, huh? The Epstein files. He is stressed the fuck out. He is a pedophile. You can see part one at the end here.
On the phone. Suddenly, he collapses. The clock on the wall stops exactly at 7:42 a.m. But the scariest part, as the camera zooms in on a newspaper lying on the floor, the headline reads, "A very powerful person will be silenced." And as if that wasn't enough, a strange shadow appears in the glass, just moments before
Wow, that is spooky right there. There's no lie about that.
everything happens. Who was it? This episode was never officially released. It appeared online for a short time, then
Elon Musk and big tech, I bet. At some point, Elon Musk is going to be in charge. That's probably who it is. It's Peter Thiel and Elon Musk is probably who it is. Because he's trying to keep it all secret. He's not trying to leak anything at all. It's just big tech wants to take over.
and suddenly disappeared. Some say it's just another Simpsons joke. But what if it's not? What if it's another prediction? Please comment and subscribe.
If he suddenly falls dead due to a heart attack, due to stress, all that stuff, I mean, he is falling apart right in front of our own eyes. You know, Trump has come out to 2025. He can die in 2025. What about that August 12th date, right before JD Vance's birthday? I mean, 59 days from his birthday to August 12th, the day that Donald Trump dies. 59, as we saw in the calculator. Now, JD Vance is Gamache 59. JD Vance is 59, and his death can happen 59 days after his birthday. The Epstein files, the health report, July 17. How much time to August the 12th? 26, 27, 3 weeks, 5 days would be Gamache James Donald. That's JD Vance's name. Or better yet, you know, Donald Dump. 29 weeks till that day. Hart is Gamache 29. It's Trump that's 29. He can die 29 days after inauguration. Hart's 29 and Trump is 29. So how about that? The death of the fascist conman grifter 29 weeks after his fake and fraudulent indoors inauguration, because he did not actually win that election. He cheated. He belongs in jail, or he belongs on a deathbed. "40 weeks from the election to the death day, JD Vance is Gamache 40. President Vance. Trump's death. Rest in peace, Trump. Gematria 85. Again, Donald's birthday to the day of JD Vance's birthday. 8 weeks, 5 days. What can trigger this condition is too much McDonald's. McDonald's is Gematria 85. So hopefully he does die, and hopefully the world has rid itself of a warmonger who bombed Israel. He never passed the infrastructure bill. He gave huge tax breaks to billionaires. He downplayed a pandemic. He never repealed and replaced Obamacare for a better healthcare plan. He failed to build a wall. He bullied the Senate to vote down a bipartisan border protection bill back in 2022 because he's just another politician scumbag who wants to create problems and get elected due to these problems. He gutted financial regulations. He gutted the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which protects consumers from fraud. He has massively increased the national debt. He has spent like a drunken sailor. He has tripled the amount of drone strikes. He launched 3 times more drone strikes than Obama did during his term. He has alienated our allies. He has bullied Zelensky, whose country got invaded by an authoritarian dictator. He praised Russian intelligence agencies. He believed them more than our own intelligence agencies. He golfed. What was the saying with Emperor Nero? Nero fiddled while Rome burned. Donald Trump played golf. He downplayed a pandemic. He knew the pandemic was coming. He downplayed the pandemic. He knew people were going to die. Just a vile scumbag piece of fucking shit. That's who Donald Trump is. Fuck Donald Trump. Vile piece of garbage. Bush led America to a war, but he never divided America during 9/11 crisis. America was still united. It said this guy during the COVID pandemic tried to tear America apart. Fuck Donald Trump. Biden did more for the red districts than Donald Trump ever did in his term. Biden, 80% of the infrastructure spending went to red districts. Donald Trump didn't do one damn thing except cut Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security for his redneck, ignorant base. They're fucking ignorant. These people voted for a rapist, insurrectionist, pandemic downplaying, motherfucking embarrassing tax breaks for the rich, fucking let's launch more bombs, fucking piece of shit. Fuck Donald Trump.